Père Paravel. Do you suppose we'll ever reach it? They're doing something worse to him! Come on! What's happened? They might have left his body alone. But who has done it? What is it? More magic.
Yes, more magic.
Aslan! Oh, Aslan! You're not dead, Aslan!
I'm going to make the case that C.S. Lewis's books should be avoided and not read by Christians, and that the Chronicles of Narnia movies should not be watched by Christian children, should not be endorsed by Christian pastors, should not be endorsed by children's ministries or youth pastors. The name C.S. Lewis should be stricken from the memory of every youth ministry and every pastor's library, not only because he was a pervert, as the book Surprised by Joy clearly shows, but also a syncretist. Number one, I'm not interested in C.S. Lewis's intentions or the author's original intent because I do not believe that he was a real Christian. All I care about here in this consideration is the Chronicles of Narnia stories as a product and as a unit in themselves, and the intellectual influence that they have on children. I'm persuaded that the whole thing is syncretism and serves to only fascinate little kids with the occult, and could even lead them into becoming practitioners of Wicca later on when they have more freedom to make their own decisions. The occult and, quote, magic in the Narnia stories. You've got witches and sorcerers, both good and evil. Well, the problem is right there. The first story in the Narnia series is called The Magician's Nephew. How do they get into Narnia? They go into a wardrobe, which is created by a professor who is an occultist. He's an occultist who believes in Wicca, and he has created Narnia from his Wicca belief system. Do you understand that? It's the first problem with the whole thing. How do they end up getting involved in the Narnia world from day one? The characters, the little kids in the story, are using Uncle Andrew's magical rings. Magical rings. Hello, occult. Okay, so this is a precursor to Harry Potter. It's really no different than Harry Potter. Okay, so this stuff is occult, and we've consecrated it. Our pastors have not preached against it because they're soft and they're weak-kneed, and they just want to have a job because they went to school and they need a job, but they're not serving the Lord adequately. There's a fly in the ointment, and this is it. This is the fly in their ointment. You would say, well, isn't porn more serious than this? One of the top 10 sins is porn. 10 Commandments, thou shalt not commit adultery. One of the top 10 sins is occult. You shall have no other gods before me. Talking beasts and trees, spells, charms, enchanted objects. All of this stuff is in Narnia. All of this stuff. All of the same sort of stuff, most of it, that is in Harry Potter is also in the Narnia stories, just in a different way. It portrays good witches. Harry Potter's a good witch. You've got a good witch in the professor, the magician's nephew in the Narnia stories. Anytime a witch is portrayed as good, that is devil worship. Do you understand? That is devil worship. Narnia says, look, Aslan is Jesus, as this is clearly seen. You are JV if you are preaching Aslan in a sermon. You are a JV Christian, junior varsity. You need to grow up. Aslan is a fictional character, is not God, is not the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and is part of a syncretistic pagan fantasy story. You've got fauns, you've got river gods, you've got Bacchus, dryads, giants, enchanted forests, all kinds of stuff taken out of Norse mythology and Celtic mythology in the Narnia stories. Magic itself, whether good or evil, is filled in the Narnia stories. Aslan, the so-called Jesus figure, the so-called Lion of the tribe of Judah, uses his deep magic to save everybody. How blasphemous and syncretistic can you get? To go off as a pastor and say, this is consecrated. You are a syncretist if you are saying stuff like that, and you are no different than a prophet of Baal, and I don't care if you graduated from the Master's Seminary under John MacArthur, you're a prophet of Baal. If you're pushing this stuff knowingly and not preaching against it, it desensitizes little kids to the occult. When Harry Potter came out, I was like, whoa, this is really, really bad for little kids. And still we have Baptist pastors letting their own PKs and MKs read this stuff. Oh, you see the Christian allegory? It's no different than Pilgrim's Progress. It's 100% different than Pilgrim's Progress. It's pagan syncretism. Ridiculous. Have some guts and preach what's right. I don't want your SBC paycheck. I don't want your AG paycheck. National Director of Children's Ministries and Assemblies of God with a 20-year history as a Christian conjurer. What is the matter with these people? These people have absolutely no integrity. These kids are going to get older if their occult fascination maintains, and it often does maintain itself into adulthood, through the Chronicles of Narnia movies, through the Harry Potter movies, and then guess what? They're not a Christian anymore. Don't go to church, don't pay their tithes. So that's a self-defeating activity for a Christian pastor to consecrate Chronicles of Narnia, because sooner or later, they're all going to become apostate Baal-worshipping Wiccans, frolicking nude in the forest, worshiping the devil, because you didn't have the guts, preacher, to preach against it.